You don't understand. You don't understand because I haven't told you. I will tell you right now. I want to show you guys my manga collection so badly. Like, I just want an excuse to talk about my favorite manga. I have manga series that have shaped my personality, that have changed the way that I view life, that have changed my perspective on so many different things, and that have taught me so much as I've read them. And I want to share my collection with you guys. I want to show you my favorite volumes. I want to show you my favorite covers. I want to show you all the little knickknacks that I have on my shelves. And that's why I am begging you to get a snack, get your drink of choice, sit down, relax, and spend some time with me talking about my favorite manga series, talk about my manga collection, and just kind of gush about the stories that have made me who I am today. So if you have time and if you're interested, I mean, you don't even have to be 100% interested. If you're just like a tiny little bit curious to see what this manga fuss is all about, then I urge you to keep watching because you won't regret it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting and fascinating. It's going to be like a look into my brain. And I feel like that could be really interesting. I have so much. I have so much that I want to show you guys. I have so much that I want to explain. I have so much that I want to talk about. Whether you're a fan of action-packed stories or if you lean more towards romance and fluffy, lighthearted stories, or if you want to get into some horror manga, I have a little bit of everything here for you guys and I cannot wait to get into it. So why don't we go ahead and do just that? We're going to dive into my manga shelves and it's going to be the best time of your life. So sit back, enjoy, and let's get this party started. Okay, so we're starting off on the very first shelf. We have Full Metal Alchemist and then we have Death Note. And for those of you who don't know, Full Metal Alchemist is actually the very first manga series that I ever read. It's also one of the very first animes that I ever saw, and honestly, it's the story that got me hooked on anything that has to do with anime, manga. That entire world is like, I was introduced to it and I fell in love with it because of Full Metal Alchemist. As you can see, we have a couple of Funko Pops of my favorite characters. We have Edward, Roy, and Alphonse. Full Metal Alchemist is probably one of the most famous anime and manga series out there, but on the off chance that you have never heard about it and this is your first experience with Full Metal Alchemist, let me just say, oh my goodness, hello, I love you. Okay, so Full Metal Alchemist, we have these two brothers, again, Edward and Alphonse, and this journey entails going through this morally gray world of politics and war and philosophy and morality at one point, and we also get to meet these characters inside and outside of the government that kind of shape these kids' lives and their life's journey, and it's just such, oh my goodness. It's a perfect blend of action and emotion and complex characters. They're not just black and white. They're truly just doing their best to survive in a world where everything and everyone is doing what's best for themselves. This author is so good at world building and character growth and showcasing moral complexity. Like, it's all here. It is all here. Whether you want to read a manga that's fast-paced and has a lot of action, or if you want a story that is a bit more philosophical and it sort of explores humanity and what it means to be human, this is a classic. Like, this is what you should go for when you want to read a good, not even good, like when you want to read a perfect manga, this is where you go. This is where you go. Full Metal Alchemist, for sure, hands down. I actually have this cover, I actually have this edition, which obviously is different from all the rest. Oh my goodness, it's so yellow because it is very, very old. This was actually a gift from a friend of mine. He got this for me before I even read any type of manga. I think it's because I was talking about the anime at school and then he went to the United States, he went to a Barnes & Noble, he recognized the name and he was like, I want to get this for you. It's literally volume 9, but honestly it's the thought that counts. Like, I will never get rid of this because it means so much to me. This was literally my very first manga volume that I ever owned, so it holds a lot of sentimental value. I forgot to mention, this has a total of 18 volumes and every single one of them was a 5-star. Not that I'm biased or anything, but this is the best manga series. Well, I guess I have a couple of manga series that I will say the same thing about, but you never forget your first. And then here we have my Death Note volumes. These are the black editions. So each one has a different character in the center, and they are completely black, basically. They're gorgeous. They're also one of the very first manga series that I ever collected. So we have 6 volumes in total. I just realized they're out of order. I can't believe I hadn't realized that before. I feel like this is another one of those series that's just a classic in manga, but we're basically following this high schooler who's called Light Yagami. He finds this notebook that can kill anyone whose name is written in it, and he sets out to cleanse the world of evil. It's intense and darkly fascinating. Honestly, it's like this game of cat and mouse between Light and L. L is like the detective that's trying to unravel Light Yagami's perfect plan. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Crime and Punishment just because of how this author explores morality and good and evil and like the worth of a human being. This is just basically a psychological thriller. Honestly, it's just an icon in manga history. So if you haven't read or even watched the anime, I would also highly recommend it. It's not a favorite, but I think that the way that it explores its themes is done brilliantly, and again, the tension is done spectacularly. So yeah, for sure, I would definitely tell you guys to check this one out. Okay, so next up, hello, hi, please ignore this. It's literally the only way that I can get for this Levi Funko Pop to not fall apart. Like, it just, if I don't put that underneath it, it just kind of falls. So I have to put it like, it's fine. Just please ignore it. But anyways, this is my collection of Attack on Titan. I did collect the omnibus editions just because I feel like they are a bit more comfortable to read. It's a lot less expensive if you collect these instead of collecting the individual ones. Actually, don't even quote me on that because I didn't do a price comparison. I just kind of went for these because I love the omnibus collections, as you will soon see further down my manga collection. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I will just give you kind of like the general idea of what Attack on Titan is. We have these humans that are living inside this walled city, and this city is walled because they have to avoid being eaten by these huge, giant, naked Titans. Sorry, I don't know why I mentioned that they were naked, but basically, yeah, they live inside these walls in order to not get killed by the Titans that are outside of their city. And I guess along the way, it turns out the Titans are not the biggest threat. That I'm gonna leave it at that. also, trauma. So much trauma. I can't even, like, It starts off as being this survival horror, and then we end up going fully philosophical, sci-fi, political, existential crisis. Like, girl, I can't even begin to explain. No sé cómo explicarte. Like, it's just so complex, and it's so beautifully tragic and upsetting, and you love these characters. These characters have so much. They have to go through so much, you know what I mean? So some of my favorite characters are Levi. That's why I have 2 figurines of him. I do have an Eren figurine, and I do have Mikasa. So we do have a couple of Funko Pops. Oh, and then this is actually not part of the Attack on Titan series. It's like a spin-off. It's like a collection of short stories where we're following Levi as our main character before he joined the soldiers that fight the Titans. So before he became all this, he was just a kid. He was just a boy living in the streets, trying his best to survive. And these are a couple of stories that follow along. So yeah, here we have my collection of Demon Slayer and Spy Family. Demon Slayer has a total of 23 volumes, and Spy Family is still ongoing, but so far I have the first 11 volumes. As you can see, I got a little bit creative with this shelf, and I decided to add a couple of manga panels that I printed. Obviously, I didn't like, you know, I did print these manga panels just like from my favorite moments throughout the manga series, and I decided to decorate the back of the shelf just because I thought it would look cool. And I think I think I was correct in that assessment because I love how this looks. And eventually I do want to do it for the rest of my manga shelves, but for now, this is what we're starting with. So basically our main character, this baby boy right here, he loses his entire family except his sister to a demon attack. So yes, in this world we have demons. That's what, I mean, I guess the title explains it all. So our main character becomes a demon slayer because he wants to turn his sister back into a human. Our main character, he's like the kindest soul you will ever meet. He's like the most apologetic killer. Every single time that he kills a demon, he listens to their backstory, he cries for them, he sends them off. He's like a whole thing. He's like the kindest killer you will ever meet. So he joins this group of demon slayers on a journey of vengeance, redemption, and trying to get his sister back to normal. I did start watching the anime before reading the manga, but because the anime was so good, I just had to continue with the manga series. Like I could not wait for the anime to be up to date with the manga. So it is visually stunning and there's so much emotion running through every single chapter, every single episode. It's gonna hit you where it hurts. And something that I love about this series is how it balances those emotional, like, como se dice, heartfelt moments with action. Like the way that they animate the action scenes, like the fight scenes in this anime, in this story, takes your breath away. Like it's just stunning. It's spectacular. You honestly, like, sometimes you just replay the fight scenes because they're so gorgeous. It's a beautiful and emotional adventure. It's going to break your heart. It's going to introduce you to such incredible characters that are going to steal you right from the first moment that they're on screen. You're going to fall in love with them. Yeah, Demon Slayer, it's a great series for sure. And then we have Spy Family. Spy Family. We have this one dude and he is a spy. He's a spy and he basically has to build this pretend fake family as his cover for his current mission. So he obviously gets a wife and then he adopts this child, but his wife turns out to be an assassin and his daughter turns out to be telepathic, like she can read people's minds, and none of them know each other's secrets. It's just really fun. It's really unserious. It's very comical. It's very goofy. It's also very heartwarming, and all the chaos that ensues in this like spy comedy type of story, it's just so funny. It's nice, it's warm, it's cozy. I love it. And obviously the characters are to die for as well. It's full of wholesome moments and humor. It's lighthearted. It's just fun. You know, it's a fun time. And I do have this picture up here. Excuse me. I took this with a friend when we went to this pop-up of Spy Family in Taiwan, and they had like this cute little photo booth and we just took a picture. I love it. It's a very nice memory. And obviously I really enjoy Spy Family, so I'm glad that I have that picture, that token of that moment. I also have all of these little keychains that have been given to me. These are Genshin Impact actually, so they have nothing to do with Demon Slayer, but I thought they looked cute there, so don't blame me. This is also Genshin Impact, and these are the main character's earrings that he wears. Oh, I think you can kind of, yeah, you can see them. All right, so next up we have my Jujutsu Kaisen and my Chainsaw Man shelf. I have mixed feelings about this series. Obviously, I've been collecting it, but I did stop at volume 21. There are a couple of volumes more after volume 21, but I am on the fence on whether or not I should keep collecting it just because I am not a fan of where the story is going. I have kind of lost a little bit of my enjoyment of the story. I don't know if it's because like the current arc is just not my favorite thing. I do, again, this is a series that I started first with the anime and then I loved it so much that I wanted to continue with the manga. But I think that it was around like maybe volume 14 or like maybe volume 16 where I was like, you know what, I'm not even sure if I like what's going on. I'm not even sure if I'm understanding what's going on. So we're following this one character, Itadori, and he eats something that he shouldn't. He eats a cursed object. More specifically, he eats a cursed finger. And because of that, he becomes like this type of host for an ancient malevolent or like, yeah, evil spirit, which is Sukuna, which is this one right here. One of my all-time favorite manga covers for everything and anything. Like, I just love every single thing about this. Itadori eats one of his fingers, and now he kind of has to share his body with this demonic spirit. And because of that, he's dragged into this world of sorcerers. He has to learn how to battle curses. And, you know, along the way, he even unravels or like discovers this conspiracy that could change the entire world. It's fast-paced, it's dark, it is intense, it's funny, which I don't even know how it makes sense with everything that I've just told you. Like, yeah, it's super dark, but then it's also like, it has humor. And I kind of really enjoy when a manga series knows how to balance action and really intense moments with humor and, you know, kind of make fun of itself just a tiny bit. I think, again, like my biggest, como se dice, drawback of Jujutsu Kaisen is that I don't entirely understand it. More specifically, its magic systems or like its power systems. At the beginning, it was a little bit easier to understand, but the more that you get into it, I just kind of lose track of the actual plot, and it's hard for me to keep up, and I hate feeling like I don't understand what's happening. So that's me. We do have Volume 0, which is basically a prequel to when Jujutsu Kaisen, like the story itself, starts, but this does mention characters, or we are following characters that become important in the rest of the series. So this is a very important volume. You should not skip it. And there's even a movie about this volume, which I highly recommend. This was a very hard volume to get because when it came out, everybody wanted it. So I'm glad that I got it. This used to be an iPhone cover that a friend of mine hand painted for me. It's Gojo. There we go. The phone cover obviously broke apart, but I didn't want to lose this. This is from the original outro of Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime season 1, and I just love it. It's just, I love it so much. Obviously, this is a Sukuna Funko Pop, probably one of my favorite Funko Pops that I own. It's just so intricate and lovely and detailed, and it's Sukuna, so obviously. We also have a couple of figurines from Jujutsu Kaisen characters that I got on like not vending machines, but like one of those machines that are in Taiwan where you just kind of like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Just one of those vending machines and you just kind of try your luck to see which one you get. Oh, this is like a cute little ID card that I got in a Jujutsu Kaisen showcase, again in Taiwan, and at the entrance they gave you, like, you could choose from different cards, but it had to be randomly, and I got this one. In Chainsaw Man, let me just move you guys a little bit over here. In Chainsaw Man, I do have this Kingdom Hearts pin, which has nothing to do with manga or anything at all, but where else am I gonna put it? And also I love it, so I want it there, thank you. So Chainsaw Man, we're following our main character Denji, and he basically fuses, he combines his life with this chainsaw demon in order to become a hunter of devils for the government. And he does this because he's broke, he has a lot of debt, and he is honestly willing to do anything to be able to live like a respectable life. Like, he's tired of sleeping in the streets, he's tired of being hungry. So yeah, he fuses with this chainsaw devil, and now he hunts devils for the government and gets paid to do so. That's basically the premise of Chainsaw Man, but then of course it delves into so many other aspects, and we meet so many other different characters, and there is so much loss, there's so much violence and pain, and character development as well. Like, you get attached to these characters. I'm not specifically attached to Denji per se, pero Dios mío, the other characters that you meet, oh my goodness, they are, it's a wild, unhinged story that is going to leave you emotionally raw. And I feel like those are my favorite types of stories, just like whether it be manga or novels or anything at all. I love stories that can be a little wild, they can be a little chaotic, and maybe even unhinged, but they still leave you feeling so emotional and they connect with you on a deeper level. This definitely is like a combination of gore, there's definitely gore, like for sure, dark humor, and honestly, like, yeah, heartbreak. You're always on the edge of your seat. And sometimes when things happen, you're like, this cannot be happening. And I kind of love that feeling. So it's definitely a wild ride from start to finish. And again, I would recommend it. I also have this stunning keychain of Power and Denji. And then I have this Funko Pop of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I feel like she fits the theme of Chainsaw Man, honestly. So next up, we have a shelf that's kind of a collection of different series that I'm still in the middle of collecting, or that I've only read the first volume and I'm still not sure if I'm going to be collecting or not, but I still, like, it's still part of my collection, so it's kind of, you know, it's just a combination of a couple of series. First off, we have All You Need Is Kill. Here you go. Written by, or art by Takeshi Obata, original story by Hiroshi Sakurasaka. We're following this dude who is in this loop where he keeps dying. Like, he's fighting these aliens, and every single day these aliens kill him, but he keeps waking up in the same day, and he keeps dying different deaths. Like, no matter what he does or what changes he tries to do in order to survive, he always ends up dying. And he's just trying to break the cycle. And in the middle of trying to break this life and death cycle, he falls in love. And he's like crushing on this woman who's super hot. Like, I totally get why he's crushing on her, but like, time and place, dude, time and place. I've also seen like the Tom Cruise movie adaptation, so it was fun to see it adapted into the manga style. Then we have this really fun manga volume, which is The Count of Monte Cristo. So obviously the original story was written by Alexandre Dumas, and I mean, it's just as the title states. This is the manga adaptation of one of the most popular and one of my favorite, all-time favorite classics, which is The Count of Monte Cristo. We're following Edmond Dantes as he gets betrayed, imprisoned, and then he escapes this prison after, I think it was 12 years or 15 years. I think it's 12. It's like very iconic. It's very dramatic. It almost reads as a telenovela, which I love, I absolutely adore. And being able to read a story that I already know and love so much in its manga version, it was just really fun. The style is really entertaining. The story itself, you know, already knowing what was going to happen didn't take away from the fun of it all. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Then I have 2 volumes of Golden Kamuy. I have volumes 1 and 2. Here we go. So I've never really seen a lot of people talk about this series, and I don't know that much about the series. Again, I've only read the first 2 volumes, but from what I can gather, we're following this ex-soldier and this small little girl that has a stunning wolf. Here you go. I mean, you can see it in the cover. We have this soldier and we have this little girl, and they team up in order to find this hidden gold that's been spoken of for years or for centuries, and nobody has ever been able to find it, and they think that they can. Again, I can't really speak much about the story itself. I'm only honestly still in the part of world building and getting to know these characters. In the first 2 volumes, we do have quite some action, again, when we first meet this girl. And there's obviously a lot of hunting going around because they are in the wilderness trying to find this gold. And there's also a lot of food. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of trying to stay alive. I mean, I definitely enjoyed the first 2 volumes when I first read them. I genuinely do not know why I never continued with the story, because I was really enjoying it. So maybe I should continue this. Maybe I should prioritize building this collection. This isn't really a manga series, it's a graphic novel, and it's Seven Fates Choco. This is like, okay, hear me out. This is like BTS, this is a BTS webtoon, and it's like sci-fi, and it's basically based off of the BTS members. I think this is supposed to be Jimin, I believe so. And yeah, they're just kind of like fighting monsters, trying to protect humanity, while also going through their own personal strifes and, you know, teaming up to protect the world and also trying to understand what's happening. I mean, it was fun. It definitely was fun. I think that's RM. It was really fun, for sure. I really enjoyed my time reading it. It's definitely more than 1 volume, but I only read volume 1. So there we go. If you didn't know this existed, now you do. Then we have volume 1 of Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is a crazy story. So basically we're following this. I've said basically so many times, I'm so sorry. I still don't even know what happened. Like, yeah, I watched a couple of episodes of the first season of Dr. Stone, and obviously I read the first volume, but I still don't know what happened because basically, sorry about that, everybody has turned into stone for unknown reasons. And I want to say like around 3,000 years later, this dude, he kind of breaks out of the stone, and he is like this scientific, like he's very experimental. He loves science. He has a lot of knowledge in that department. And as he gets out of the stone, he is trying to basically rebuild society and humanity one stone at a time. He's literally trying to restart civilization, and he's trying to gather like people he knows. If you love science and chaos and random chemistry facts in the middle of fight scenes, then I feel like you could really enjoy Dr. Stone. It's also very funny. It's a fun time, and it's funny. Like, yeah, these characters, if they're not making fun of each other, they're making fun of themselves. And I don't know, I really appreciate that. I really like the funky drawing style, and also I think that the characters themselves are so interesting and fascinating. And obviously as we read more and as we watch more episodes, not him being naked, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I am really interested in continuing this series. I just don't know when it's going to happen, but it will. It will. Then, of course, the elephant in the room, we have what takes up most of this shelf is Kaiju number 8. I have volumes 1 through 11. And I think that volume 12 recently came out. And I also have these 2 figurines of 2 of the characters that I love and adore, and I will protect at all costs. I love them. Kaiju number 8 is a series that has slowly but surely become such a fun series for me to watch. I watched the first season, which is obviously the only season that we have yet, but it has been renewed, so I'm excited for that. Like, I even made my boyfriend read this series because I just needed more people to talk about this series with, this story with, these characters with. It's just so fun. And I think that even though it's a concept that it's not an extremely unique concept, because we're following this dude, all his life he's been training to become this monster hunter, and at the end, the monster infests him, and now he has to learn how to work with this new ability in order to hunt the monsters. You know what I mean? There's really cool fight scenes and character development. I feel like this is one of those series that knows how to perfectly blend action with comedy, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Our main character is so goofy and so lighthearted, and all he wants to do is protect his own people, and he's gonna try his best to do that, even if it kills him. Even if it's the death of him, he will do everything and anything to protect them. And I love those types of main characters. This series definitely gets my recommendation. Like, definitely recommended by Throne of Pages, absolutely. We do have this omnibus edition of Bleach. This has the first 3 volumes. And again, this is a series that I really enjoyed. I think it has a really nice setup where basically we have this one dude. I would be lying to you if I told you that I remember his name. Ichigo? Oh my god. I can't believe I actually, like, wow, I'm shocked. So from what I can gather of the first 3 volumes, we're following Ichigo, who's like this high school student, and he accidentally gets these powers that helps him slice souls and like help them move on. And because he accidentally got these powers, but somehow he is extremely powerful, now he needs to like keep doing it and protecting the people around him, because for some reason he's being targeted by these devils or like these demons or spirits or whatever it is that they are. And yeah, he has to protect his people. So he has a big sword as well, which is fun. I think it's just like peak 2000 shonen vibes. This was first released in 2001, so it kind of makes sense that it's giving me like peak 2000s shonen vibes. I definitely want to continue with this series. I just don't know when, but it will happen. And same thing goes for Tokyo Aliens, which this one, Japan has like this alien special secret force, and for some reason our main character, he ends up in this force, and that's when things kind of go insane. It's been too long since I last read this. Ooh, I remember him. Hello? So yeah, basically our main character, Akira, he joins the secret special alien force in Japan, and now he has to learn how to fight these aliens in order to protect Japan. I read the first volume and I enjoyed it. It's definitely not a priority right now, but I did enjoy it. And then here we just have my Studio Ghibli movies because I have nowhere else to put them. But I do someday eventually want to start my own collection. I of course have Howl's Moving Castle, which was actually a gift from Anouk. So Anouk, if you're watching, thank you so much for this. It's like still one of my favorite possessions. I also have this Howl and Sophie pin, which is gorgeous. Like, oh my goodness. I also have Grave of the Fireflies, which I don't know if I can in good faith recommend to anyone, because when I watched it, it tore my heart apart. I literally barely survived watching Grave of the Fireflies, so I don't know if I can, in good conscience, recommend this to anyone, but it is a very important film. It's going to tear your soul apart, but you have to do it. You have to do it because you have to. You have to. So next up, we have my Junji Ito shelf, or honestly my horror manga shelf, because we do have literally only one other volume that's not Junji Ito, but the rest is. Junji Ito takes the weirdest, grossest, most realistic fears. I mean, at times they're not that realistic, but there's one specific novel, I can't even remember which one it was. I think it was Censor. That that story is actually like focused. Like, it focuses on one of my biggest fears, one of my biggest phobias. I don't even know how I made it through this book. Like, it was really hard. I almost couldn't do it, but I did it because I was in the middle of a readathon. Junji Ito takes every fear known to man and draws them beautifully. Like, I don't know how he does it, but he draws all of these fears in stunning detail. And it's horrible to look at, but it's like you can't look away. You'll be horrified and hypnotized, you'll be traumatized, but it's what you wanted. Like, you asked for this in a way. Junji Ito is literally the master of what did I just read? Pure nightmare fuel. I think that's the best way that I can describe Junji Ito. He's just pure nightmare fuel. If anxiety was a manga, Junji Ito would be it. I do have these skeletal hands earrings that I bought one Halloween, but I feel like they were, you know, they kind of match the aesthetic of the Junji Ito shelf, so I just put them here. I also have my Jack Skellington Funko Pop, because again, it does match the aesthetic of this shelf. One question that I get asked a lot is, which one should I start with? Like, I've never read Junji Ito before. How do I know which one is the best one that I can begin with? And honestly, if you don't want to go for Uzumaki, I definitely recommend Deserter. No, do I? Yes, I recommend Deserter and also Frankenstein, because technically this isn't really a collection of his short stories. It's more so Junji Ito's manga adaptation of Frankenstein, as the title states. I think that's a little bit obvious. I do love this, not only because I adore Frankenstein as a novel, but because the details, the way that Junji Ito depicted this iconic classic story, I think it was just perfect. Like, it goes so well with the themes of Frankenstein, and he just did it so well. Like, he did it so well. I would also recommend Fragments of Horror. Like, there's a reason this one is on display. It's because it's one of my favorites, and it's not even that long. I think it's one of his shortest collections. And then this is the only non-Junji Ito book that I have on this shelf. This is Orochi Volume 1 by Kazuo Umez, and I'm not really sure if I want to continue this series. It's kind of giving the same vibes as Tomi, where we're following this one girl, Orochi, and disaster just follows her wherever she goes for no reason. Like, no one can find the reason behind all of the tragedies that happen. I'm not even sure how many volumes this has, but I'm also not sure if I want to keep reading this one, or maybe I can keep reading it, but online. You know, I don't think I'm that interested to collect this series, but I did enjoy volume 1, so there's that. And then this final shelf is basically my collection of shoujo manga. with Heartstopper here because I feel like it matched the spines of A Sign of Affection. So I was like, why not? Like, it fits the theme of romance and young love. So I feel like it's not como que no me hace tanto ruido de que estén juntos. If you've never heard of Heartstopper before though, we're basically following these two high school boys as they fall in love, and it's cute, it's heartwarming, it's wholesome, it's literally like a warm hug for your soul. It's just extremely cute, and if you've never read Heartstopper before, consider this my recommendation to you. And then next up, oh my goodness, next up, I can finally gush about one of my favorite shoujo series ever, A Sign of Affection. Again, I started with the anime and then I loved it so much that I had to continue with the manga series. We are following this boy and girl as they fall in love, as they meet in college or university and they fall in love. She's deaf and he is hot. I mean, I feel like that's the best way to describe them. Like, he's like this traveler and he's like extremely social. He goes everywhere all the time. He's kind to everyone, he's nice to everyone. And then he meets this girl and she's shy, she's timid, she doesn't really have that many life experiences, and somehow they make this deep, beautiful, meaningful connection between the both of them, and they start to fall in love. They start to get to know each other, they start to make plans together. If you like romances that are slow burns, gentle and thoughtful, this one is for you. The character styles, the art style is gorgeous, but then the story itself is beautiful. The disability rep is fantastic, it's incredible, and it's just done so beautifully, like honestly. There are more volumes because I only have up until volume 6, and I think there's like 11 or 12 volumes so far. I'm definitely planning on collecting them, but so far these are the ones that I have. Next up we have what is probably my favorite, wait, did I say that about A Sign of Affection? Because the thing is, Worakoi is, I think, where my shoujo collection truly began. Like, this is the one series that I was like, okay, I'm going all in for you. Like, I literally bought the box set because I just needed every single volume. And the worst thing is, there's only 6 volumes. Like, this is such a short story. I wish there were more. It's a dream. It's my dream story. It's my dream romance. We are following these two nerds who date each other to avoid awkwardness, and then they end up being chaotic soulmates. And it's a workplace romance. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's funny. We have cosplays, RPGs, we have video games, we have people bonding over these nerdy things that bring me so much happiness. It's super relatable, hilarious, cozy, everything that you would ever want. I just love it so much. The difference between volume 1 and volume 6 is my Roman Empire. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Then we have a handful of first volumes for different series. We have In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, which is just cute. I really enjoyed it. Then we have The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, which is kind of loosely inspired on Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. We have Ao How to Ride, which I've always been interested in collecting, but for some reason, the volumes are always sold out. I don't understand it. Every single time that I looked, it was always sold out, and I kind of just gave up. The anime was never renewed for a second season, so we have a criminally small amount of episodes of Ao How to Ride, but I love this story so much. And then we have these 3 volumes of my love mix-up. We have this one, and then this one, and then this one. So this is a story that I actually finished online. Like, I read the rest of the volumes digitally, and it was so cute. Like, it was just adorable. Then we have Imakoi by Ayuko Hata. And finally, we have volume 1 of Skip Beat, which is another one of those series that I feel like is a classic, but I never got around to continuing the series, even though I really enjoyed this first volume. Basically, this girl gets dumped and then she decides to become a top actress just to ruin her ex's career. Or not necessarily ruin her ex's career, but like to show him that she's better than he ever thought she was. And then since I only read volume 1, I can't really, you know, say much else, but I'm guessing that, you know, while she's trying to get super famous and like get people to recognize her more than her ex, she starts to heal from her breakup and she maybe finds love with her new manager. Who knows? It's basically like a revenge arc that turns into a self-love story. I was really excited to continue with this series, but I never made time for it, and it kind of just like pushed it to the back of my mind. But it's definitely a series that I want to continue reading. As you can clearly see, we have my One Piece collection, which, if you guys don't know, I actually collect the omnibus editions, and I think it's pretty well known that I am a huge fan of One Piece, which is honestly something that I never thought I would say. So it's kind of wild that my collection is even this big and I have so many figurines, I have so many knickknacks, One Piece related. It's honestly just, it's my happy place. So it means so much to me, not only because the story itself is so good, but because of how it helped me in one of my hardest moments so far in life. If you've never heard of One Piece, which I really don't know how that's possible, I feel like everybody has heard about One Piece, but if you are one of the unlucky few that has not heard of One Piece or what it even is, like all you know about One Piece is that it's probably one of the longest anime and manga series ever to exist. It has over 1,000 volumes or chapters, and I am up to date on the manga chapters, and I'm also up to date on the anime. We have Luffy, our main character. This puzzle actually took me months to build, and it's still one of the best experiences that I've ever had puzzling, because every single piece is like a still frame from the anime. And obviously when you put them all together, it makes Luffy's face and then the back of Usopp's face here, or like head. This is besides the point, but if you're a die-hard One Piece fan, I highly recommend that you get this because it's like my favorite thing ever. My favorite activity, like my entire family was rooting for me. It was a whole thing. We're basically following this one boy. He's a rubber boy. He ate this fruit and it gave him magical powers. And now his entire body is made out of rubber. He has this very specific dream of becoming the Pirate King. And because of this dream, he basically collects all of these different people with different dreams, and they set sail through the world. They visit different islands, they meet different people, they punch government officials in the face. Like, it's such a silly concept if you think about it, just like a rubber boy sailing the world trying to become the Pirate King, but it's so much deeper than that. Yes, it's long. Yes, it has a talking reindeer. It has a talking reindeer, which is this one right here, Chopper. He is one of my absolute favorites. I said what I said. But underneath all of the goofiness and fun times, this is one of the most layered, emotional, world-shattering stories you will ever read. Trust me, once you get up to date with the series, you're gonna be like, I want more. I need more episodes, I need more chapters, I need more time with this newfound family that I have created. Because these characters will become your family. These characters will become everything, because this series for me, it's not just another manga series. It's literally a part of my life. It's like so huge. The magnitude of the importance that One Piece has in my life is insane. But anyways, let's get a little bit closer. So as I mentioned, I am collecting the omnibus editions, and I have a couple. I mean, yeah, I have more than a couple. I think that I'm missing a few that have recently come out, but the last one that I have reaches volume 99. I honestly don't know how many editions I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, I have 33 omnibus editions, so I love that number, but I do need to keep collecting the ones that have recently come out. And then, of course, I have my Funko Pops for some of my favorite characters. This is actually not a Funko Pop, but it's still Luffy, so it counts. We have Chopper, we have Zoro, Luffy, Robin, and Boa Hancock, and this is a crocheted Luffy that was gifted to me, and I just thought it would be fun to put like an upside down Luffy in between volumes, you know, sort of as like a callback to that one Water 7 episode that still lives rent-free in my mind. Like, I love it. And then I also have these figurines that came all the way from Japan. I still can't believe it. But I have a Zoro one and a Chopper one. It's so good. It's so good. And here I have like a Tamagotchi, I guess, of Chopper. I haven't even taken it out of its thing because I don't know. I don't want to kill it. You know, like I don't think I could ever forgive myself if I killed Chopper. So I'm kind of scared to take it out of its package, so it's just kind of here. We have a couple of stickers and then this fun, okay, see, I'm already ruining it. I also have this fun can. It's called Ocean Bomb and it's a tropical fruit flavor sparkling water and it has Sanji on the cover and it was actually really good if I do say so myself. It did kind of give off like summer vibes, so they definitely nailed the flavor. Oh, and then I also have Luffy and Gear 5, which was another gift. And, oh my goodness, I forgot about this. I have this, which was another gift that my friend got me in Paris. By the time that I got this gift, I hadn't even reached this version of Robin, but I loved her so much. And I think that I had spoken or like mentioned her on my Instagram. And a friend of mine was like, okay, I saw this when I was traveling to Paris and I think you like her, so I bought this for you. I mean, and obviously he made the right choice because I adore Robin. So this is the first row of One Piece volumes. I also have this Wanted one, which is like, okay, sorry boy. I also have this one, which is like oh no, everything is moving. Everything's falling apart. Wait, okay. So I also have this one, which is not part of the original One Piece story, but it is like a collection of short stories or like one-shots that Eiichiro Oda wrote before One Piece. And it's just fun. It's a fun time. So this is the first one. And then we do follow my collection over here. And I do have these fun Lego characters. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever shown these to you guys, but I actually adore them. Obviously we have Frankie, Robin, Chopper, which look, I won't say that I hate him, but he just looks so weird because apart from the fact that he's white, like he shouldn't be as tall as everybody else, you know? But I love the hat, so let's keep moving. We have Luffy, we have Sanji, we have Nami and Brook, and then obviously we have Zoro up here. Cause like, you know, Zoro, there's like this inside joke that Zoro is always lost. So I thought it would be kind of fun to put Zoro like not with the rest of the gang or the crew cause he's always lost. It's just an inside joke between me and myself and my bookshelf. So, and then we continue on here, which is Wano. These are my Wano books or like my Wano omnibus editions. That's basically it for my One Piece collection. I mean, I know it's not the biggest One Piece collection. It's definitely going to keep on growing, but I'm really happy with how it looks. And I totally forgot to mention the boat. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is like a little, like a tiny replica of the Thousand Sunny, which is the boat that they're all sailing the world in. And I actually built this with my boyfriend and it was a lot more complicated than it looks. It was a very insane, but honestly unforgettable night. Like, I just loved doing this together, even though, like, it really tested our relationship. That's all I'm gonna say, but it was worth it, okay? It was worth it. I love how it looks. She's my everything. I love her. That's how my One Piece collection is looking. And then I assume that you guys saw these Berserk volumes in between my One Piece collection. Again, I feel like this is one of those series that you've either heard about but are not really sure what it's about, or you've experienced it for yourself. So in case you're one of the ones that have only heard about Berserk and don't really know what it's about, basically, we're following our main character, Guts, and he just kind of wants peace and to live a calm life. But he keeps having to fight demons and trauma follows him around. And this man really only wants just like a normal, quiet life. But yeah, he just can't get it. It's definitely probably the darkest manga series that I've ever read in my entire life. I kid you not. It's like peak dark fantasy. The art is insane. The vibes are so bleak and so dreary and dark and violent, and there are so many trigger warnings. Like every single trigger warning that you can think of, Berserk probably has it. So please, like, if you're interested in starting Berserk for yourself, please look up the trigger warnings, because this is a very explicit manga series and there is a lot of violence and abuse and yeah, it's just not pretty. It's a story about survival, revenge, and honestly just like struggling to stay human in the midst of all the pain and suffering that Guts is having to live through. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but it is a worthwhile story. And I think it's worth your time. Obviously, there are more volumes to Berserk. I think there's like 13 of these deluxe editions, but I only have the first 4. I do plan on continuing, but not right now. And then down here, we have my Vinland Saga collection. We have books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let me get comfortable because I have a lot of things to say about Vinland Saga. We're basically following this kid. It always starts with this one kid. He grows up wanting adventure and eventually he gets it and instantly regrets it. So there's Vikings, there's so much violence, and we're basically following this boy as he's trying to avenge his father who was killed right in front of him. Vinland Saga starts as this revenge-fueled story, but then, this is what gets me. It starts with the simple concept of, you killed my father, now you shall die. And then it evolves into healing from generational trauma and a philosophical breakdown of violence, masculinity, and healing. Like, I can't even, like, the complete 180 that this story does, but it makes so much sense. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a complete contrast to what we were building up to. It just kind of all feels so natural. Like, it was always supposed to be this way. We were always supposed to reflect on these patterns of violence that we've been falling victim to. If you like historical epics that have angst and growth and insane character arcs, this is the one for you. It's such a stunning story and it has so many, ¿cómo se dice eso? Like enseñanzas. How do you say enseñanzas in English? It's like, it has so many teachings about life and the meaning of life, and I could go on and on about Vinland Saga and its beauty and its importance, especially in today's culture. And I think that it's such a breath of fresh air. This is one of those stories that caught me off guard because I started reading it and I was like, yeah, this is fun. Like volume 1 or like book 1 was incredible. And then I read book 2 and I was like, I think this could be a new favorite series. Like that's, this is also a very heavy book, but that's how good this story gets. And like, it's just incredible. I would highly recommend Vinland Saga. And also I would highly recommend Berserk and One Piece. The point is, every single manga series that is in my collection, I would 100% recommend. But do beware that these are very heavy books, but they're 100% worth it. Those are all of the books in my manga collection, or I guess those are all of the manga volumes that I currently own. I do have plans, oh, not this falling. I do have plans, dame un permiso. I do have plans to collect a few more volumes this year, especially for my unfinished series down here, like A Sign of Affection. And who else? Oh, Kaiju number 8, of course, and Chainsaw Man, Spy Family. I do have plans to keep growing my manga collection, but I just wanted to make this video to kind of showcase how it's looking now. I really just wanted to gush about my manga series, and I wanted to talk to you about these characters and these stories that mean so much to me, and maybe even inspire or motivate some of you to pick these stories up for yourselves and maybe find your new favorite, who knows? Let me know in the comments below if there are any series that you're kind of now more inclined to pick up or you're like a little bit interested to know more about. Let me know if you have any favorite manga series that you would like to recommend to me. I'm obviously always looking for new manga series to fall in love with, and I know that there are still so many iconic manga series that I haven't made my way to just yet, but I'm really excited to, especially when you guys recommend them to me. So again, in the comments down below, please share your best manga recommendations. I cannot wait to go through them all. I also have a Patreon where I post exclusive content. I host readathons, reading sprints, and a monthly book club. So if that is something that you I'm sorry, I wish you guys could see how I'm standing. It's just, I'm not gonna show it, but I'm literally like this. We currently have a readathon going on, which is called the April Picnic, and it's full of cute prompts for spring, and a word search. It's just a fun time, honestly, and I would love to have you be a part of it. So if you're interested, the link is down below as always. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you so much for your continuous support and love, and just like for being here. Thank you so much for being here, for finding your way here. Like, I know that there is so much going on the outside world and even on the internet itself, so the fact that you found me is just a miracle, truly. So I really appreciate you being here, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. So yeah, I guess I'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey Jimmy, you nice, keep going.